Poulsen from Volbeat.
Recording the new album, you're going into it without a guitar player, and your name is Rob Caggiano. Did you guys kind of have it in the back of your head that you were thinking of, if it worked out, asking him to join the band, or is it something that just happened naturally?
Not really. The only thing we knew was that we were going to ask Rob if he could play some solos. That was the first really, idea that we had, because we were actually working a little bit with another guitar player, but it really didn't work out the way we wanted to in the end. So, and it's been very normal for me to record all the guitars on each album we've done so far, so it was not really a problem. The problem was when we were done in the studio, we needed a guitar player, to have with us on the road, and we were basically just, when we closed the door in the studio, we were about to hit the road. So it didn't matter that much in the studio, but we were trying to figure out what to do when we're hitting the road. Should we just find a stand-in guitar player, or should we really concentrate on finding the right guy? We just know it takes time. It takes time to find the right guy. But during the process of recording with Rob and have him playing solos, we found out that he would probably be the right guy. So we gave him the offer, and he's now in Volbeat.
He's a great guitar player.
Yeah, he is.
Really. What's the thought process behind picking some of these songs? Are you guys actively behind that, or is it something the record company does?
Picking songs for...
Picking songs like the singles for radio release and videos?
It's a little bit of... when you start recording some of your first albums, you're not thinking about radios or anything. You're just concentrating on recording and get those songs in the box. And the thing was, Volbeat, after after the first record, we became a big hype in the underground, and we have a really huge hit with the second album in Denmark, a track called The Garden's Tale. So, and later on came Maybelline and Marion's Place and some of those singles. And what was frustrating was we always just wrote songs, but never in our head had any ideas about, now we have to sit down and write a radio song, because how do you do that? That's not how we work. That's not the reason why we're here. It is great to be in the radio, because that means that more people can catch up with what you're doing. So the frustrating thing was that suddenly we had that's frustrating. We had people from radio station calling us in the studio, like, when do you have your next single ready? We said, we're not even put guitars down yet, and we had no idea what song could be a radio song, because for us, they're all radio songs. They're all great songs.
They're all great songs.
Take the whole album, play it in the radio, goddammit. So that was a little bit, we do know that it was a compliment somehow, but it was also like, come on, leave us alone, let's just do our record, and our people will figure out, what could be a single or whatsoever. It was never something we said, that song is the radio song, or that song could be a radio song. We always had our people coming, listening to the album when it was done, and they said, that one, and we'll go, okay. So we never really thought too much about that.
Was it a surprise how big the songs like Still Counting and Hangman's Body Count, was it a surprise how big songs like that got in the Warriors Call?
Totally. Because, those kind of songs would never have made it to European radio. That's more the soft songs like Keep of Our Hero and songs like that made it to the radio in Europe. A song like Still Counting on Warriors, and now even Hangman's Body Count, and now Dog Holiday, they would never find its place in the radio in Europe. Never. They're too heavy. So for us, having those songs being played here in America on the radio, that's awesome. It's just being, if you ask me, they're a little bit more open-minded about what you can play on the radio, and it seems like it's working, So, as I said, we love every track on our album, so for us, every song can be the radio song, but the radio station has certain ideas about what they want to play, and the people who work for the band have certain ideas what kind of tracks they like, so for us it's just, you go pick, we like all the songs.
Now you guys have had a lot of really cool guest musicians on your album. You have Barney Greenway doing Evelyn, which is really cool, and then on the new album you have Sarah Blackwood from Walk Off the Earth and Kate Diamond on the track with her too. How do those come about? Are they just spur of the moment things? Do you write the song thinking of that person?
Sarah, I knew Sarah from my previous band, The Creep Show, and some years ago, I don't remember when, but we were talking to The Creep Show about bringing them out on tour as support for Volbeat, but at that certain time it was not the right time. I still stayed in contact with Sarah, and when I wrote The Lonesome Rider, it was, we played it over and over again in the rehearsal room, and the more we played the song, the more I had a feeling that it was missing something. And I said, I don't know what it is. There's something missing. And I went home and came back to the rehearsal room a couple days later and said, we need a female voice in that song. So, Sarah is really good at those kind of songs, the rockabilly, country stuff. She's perfect for that. She's very talented, has a good voice, and very naturally. So I contacted her, and I knew from the start that she liked Volbeat, so that was a good chance she might dig it. And lucky us, she really liked the song, and she did an amazing job. And when it comes to King Diamond, I've been a huge King Diamond fan since I was a teenager, and had the opportunity to talk to him way back when I had a death metal band called Dominus. That was a band I formed in 1990. And I met King Diamond the first time, I believe it was in 1994, and later 1997. And some of his friends in Copenhagen, later on, as I grew older, also became my friends. And Volbeat started touring America, and some of our crew guys have been working for King Diamond. So King came to some of our shows. We were hanging out, and we were bonding really good. That was good chemistry. And he was Danish, we're Danish, so there's a good friendship there. And we stayed in contact. And I had some few ideas. I can't even remember. I just remember we were standing backstage and talking about new songs, and he said, he would love to do a song with us, because I asked him kindly if there was something he would think about. I didn't want to force him to anything. He would have the freedom to, say no, thank you, it's not me, and I would totally respect that. But King heard some of the ideas that I had, and he could relate to it. And lucky us, he said yes. And he did an amazing job. He puts, he put a lot of work and energy into that song, and we're so thankful for that. He so dedicated to everything he do, and so having him on the track is something that we're very proud of. So yeah, I can't wait to hear the next King Diamond album, because he sounds better than ever. Strong voice, and I know he quit his cigarettes, and he's living very healthy now after the operation, and his live shows are amazing these days. They've always been amazing. Yeah. But a guy in that age, coming back so strong after a surgery like that, that's quite impressive, and it's very inspiring. So very proud of having the real King on the album.
Nice. Now, being a fan of another guy that I know you're friends with, and on the last album I heard a song and as soon as it started off I heard the fast riffing, and I thought, this sounds very Iced Earth. And then I found out you're friends with John Schaefer. When can we expect a John Schaefer appearance on a Volbeat record?
I don't know. Yeah, Schaefer and I are very close, like brothers. It's very rare. These days, when you become that age as we are in, that you meet people that you really bond with, and that some kind of brotherhood relationship happens. It happened to me and Schaefer. I've been supporting Ice actually since they released their first album, and we've been touring with those guys for some time. And Matt from the previous singer is also one of my really good friends.
Great singer.
In Ice, and Stu Block has become one of my really close friends, and they're all good people in that band, and they're so hard workers, and I admire them for that. I'm not only a fan of their music, I admire them for keep on, raising the flag of metal high. It's beautiful. And Schaefer and I have been sitting down and talking about doing a project together. It's gonna happen in the future. We just, we're very active on the road. I'm active with Volbeat, touring constantly, and he's always on the road with Ice. So we just have to find the right time to sit down and work out some songs. I do have riffs here and there at home that is meant for that project. And I know Schaefer has, his riffs too. So hopefully, when the time is right, John and I will go together and make an album. We just don't know yet when it's gonna happen. We just know it's gonna happen. We even had the name of the band. So.
Oh, nice.
So
I was gonna ask you about that because I've seen the video.
It's we can't say too much about it now because it's, it has to be at the right time.
Yeah. You guys started this tour, was it February of last year? It's been quite a while since you guys released the album. You've been on the road pretty much the entire time. Is there, an odd way to phrase it, is there an end in sight for the tour? Do you have, how much more touring do you have before you decide, okay, we're stopping, we're going back in the studio?
Of course, we have this run here in America with in the moment, Hell Yeah, Five Finger, Death Punch. And when we come home from that tour, we'll be home for a week or two. And then we go 10 days to England, touring in England. And then we go back and actually stays home for the first time in a very, very long time. We stay home for a half year to write the new album. So I'm supposed to be home, writing a new album for the next half year and that will be around, I think it's late November, early December. And then I'll be sitting and writing. And of course, when the writing is done, we're into the studio. And then it's gonna be some touring again in America. Can't say, I'm not allowed to, not like it should be any special, but I'm not allowed to say when it's gonna be released or anything. Yeah. It's just the rules. So I can only say that we're working on new material already now. We have a few songs that we're capable of playing. I have a lot of, I think I have material for at least 7 songs. But normally I would write at least 30 songs and 12 or 13, 14 will come out of it, and the rest is just going to a trash can or being put in a box as small skeletons. I need to put flesh on later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys have been touring pretty hardcore for almost 2 years now. You don't see a whole lot of bands doing that anymore. So it's what you said about the Ice Earth guys goes the same for you guys. I mean, you guys work really, really hard, and your fans, I think, really, really appreciate that. And I think it's one of the things that's been flocking them to the radio station to call and ask for these songs because they like them so much. Because you guys have hit the States, what, 4 times now on this tour? Since the album came out?
I stopped counting. We've been touring America lots of times. So I don't remember it anymore, how many times we've been here. It's probably with this record, it's got to be at least 4 times, but in all, I don't remember anymore.
You're almost a citizen now.
Yeah, it's as I tell the audience, it took us some time to actually, get into America and have some kind of, flow or career. And now that we're here, it seems like you won't let us go home. So, we're thankful for that because, it's been a great run for Volbeat and still is, and that's a great future here as well. You know, we're totally thankful that it's possible. We're only the second band in heavy or just rock history in Denmark who made it to America. You know, the first band who made it was Merciful Fate. You know, that's not been anyone since. You know, since King Diamond, and you know that's kind of scary. You know, because there's so many great bands. But you know, we take that as a compliment. You know, we believe that we know for sure that we've been sacrificing a lot of ourselves to the road, and you know that's what you have to do if you have to survive.
Well, we appreciate everything you've done. Appreciate all the touring, all the albums. Thanks for coming to Grand Rapids and seeing us on this tour, and we're looking forward to a great show.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
You're welcome.